Alright, so before we get into the video, we're going to be talking about the Mark Magsayo versus Julio Ceja post-fight review. So Mark Magsayo viciously and brutally knocks out Julio Ceja to another dimension. And my thoughts on it, what a fight. But besides the knockout, Julio Ceja was kind of pretty much beating the crap out of Mark Magsayo, breaking him down to the body. He actually dropped him too. Mark Magsayo did drop him twice, but I would not mind seeing a rematch, man. And no disrespect to Julio Ceja, I'm still a very big fan. I do think that he would put up a good. I think that he would put up a great fight against these top fighters. You know, no disrespect to Julio Ceja, because he almost won that fight. But it is boxing. You do get caught like that. I'm not too high on Mark Magsayo. He was kind of boxing ugly, kind of. He was getting hit in the body quite easily by Julio Ceja. That was really breaking him down. I would not mind seeing Mark Magsayo versus somebody like Luis Neri. I do think Luis Neri would kill him. I do think he would knock out Mark Magsayo. But it would be a good comeback fight for Luis Neri. But that was just a bad performance by Mark Magsayo. Yes, it proved that he got some power. It did prove that he got power. But on the other hand, if Julio Ceja didn't have such a weak chin, he would have lost that fight and probably would have got stopped. Because I thought Julio Ceja was literally going to stop Mark Magsayo because his face was all blooded up, his nose was all blooded up. He was destroying Magsayo's body. He dropped Magsayo. At first, when Magsayo dropped Ceja, I was like, oh, it's over. But then, Julio Ceja's a warrior. He dig deep, and he made it a close round. But obviously, that round went to Mark Magsayo. But after that knockout, I did have it. What round? I believe he knocked him out in the ninth round, eighth or ninth. But I had it eight rounds. I would say I had it 7 rounds to 1 or 8 rounds to 1. I did have Julio Ceja damn near dominating that fight. He was really just beating up the body of Mark Magsayo, slowing him down. The thing is, Julio Ceja's defense, it's not the greatest. If he can work on his defense, he would be a lot better. He's still really, really good. Just that chin is very, very suspect. But I do think he would put up a good fight against a lot of these tough, a lot of these tough kids in boxing. Like Rolando Romero. I do think he would put up a good fight, even though Rolando would damn near kill him. I do think that he would put up a very, very, very good fight against him. But anyways, on to the video. Hey, what's up, y'all? Preston from Fight Media 360 here. So this is a quick preview and prediction for Daniel Dubois versus Joe Cusumano. So before we get into all this, I just want to say this fight will be taking place on the undercard of Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley. So this will be taking place on Sunday, August the 29th. So if you want to watch this, it'll be on pay-per-view. So if you want to pay for it, you can pay for it on cable. If you have cable, just go to if you have that Xfinity Home, that type of thing, or whatever it's called, just say boxing, it'll probably show up, and then you could pay for it there, or you could just pay for it on Fight TV. I'm gonna be honest with you, I probably prefer to pay for it on Fight TV, probably just because it's easier, to be honest with you, because it would just show up right there. So yeah, so now we got that out the way. So now I'll talk about the odds and then what they need to do to win, and then my final prediction. So Daniel Dubois is listed as a -2K favorite over Joe Cusumano. So now we got that out the way. So now I'll talk about what they need to do to win, and then my final prediction. So let's start off with the very, very big favorite, Daniel Dubois. So I would like to see from Daniel Dubois is I would like to see him do similar to what he did against Bogdan Danu. But I would like to see him not leave his chin so exposed because Cusumano, on the other hand, he is Mexican. He is, he's definitely a warrior and he carries a lot of power and he's a big, big dude. Like he's a really, really big dude. So you don't want to, and he has a very, very, very long arm. So you don't want to like leave your chin so exposed when you fight because you don't want to risk getting caught by Cusumano because Cusumano does like have like 19 wins I believe with 17 knockouts or something like that. So he is a knockout artist. So you don't want to you don't want to leave your chin so exposed. So I know, but besides that, you just need to do what you do. Try to bully Casemiro. Try to drive into the rope. Throw those big shots. Don't try to box or anything, but just try to like get your punches in, and try to like just dog him. But again, don't leave your chin so exposed, because again, Casemiro does carry a lot of power. I did see highlights of this guy, and this guy does hit incredibly hard. Both of them do carry a lot of power. So he definitely just needs to kind of like not have a super high guard, but kind of cover your chin, and then yeah, actually come with the high guard, come in with the high guard, and then try to like bully Casamuno to the ropes, and then try to hit that chin, just try to just throw your punches, and then once you find an opening, crack him to the chin, and I guarantee you if you do that, um you'll probably knock him out because Casemiro he does like to get hit a lot. He is in a lot of times in wars and he does like to get hit a lot. So he definitely needs to kind of like just bully him, and whenever Casemiro is gonna punch you, make him pay and throw a counter, and really just hit the body too, because Casemiro, he'll probably slow down if you hit him to the body a lot, because Dubois does hit incredibly hard. He does have a 95% he does have a 95 KO percentage. So he definitely just needs to use his power to try to bully Casemiro, hit him to the body, and then time him to the head. But really just do what you do and dog Joe Casemiro. So that's what Daniel Dubois needs to do to win. So yeah. So now for Joe Casemiro, what I would like to see from Joe Casemiro is I wouldn't like to see, I don't want to see him like kind of like what I said about Dubois. Don't leave your chin open, and also don't get hit a whole lot in this fight because it just takes one hit against Dubois and then you go to sleep. So he definitely needs to like stick to kind of like try to box. Cause I have seen Casemiro box and it's alright. It's not necessarily a top thing, but like it's not the best, but you definitely need to use your reach over Dubois, even though both of them have long reaches. But I believe Casemiro had just a slight reach advantage. No, I would say Dubois has a slight reach advantage, but use your height advantage over Dubois and definitely use that jab, because I'm guessing like Casemiro. I'll look it up later. I'll probably say at the end of the video, but I believe it looks like Casemiro is at least like a good 6'7", 6'8". Like he's a really, really big dude. So he definitely needs to use your height advantage and use that jab and try to like jab Dubois and make it kind of like hurt, kind of like what Joe Joyce did. Throw that jab out and kind of like just jab out Dubois' face, because Dubois, whenever somebody kind of like outboxes him and throws the jab, he does panic and he's very cautious of throwing punches and getting in the inside. When you're like moving around, throwing your jab, pretty much it's boxing your kind of fight. That's when Dubois panicking. So that's what Casemiro needs to do. Throw that jab, move around, kind of like toy with Dubois, and kind of like work on your head movement, pretty much dominate the fight. Because I'm not sure that they're gonna be super biased with Dubois, because it is in America and Casemiro is part American. He actually is American, I believe. So you definitely just need a boxing fight, even if it's a close fight. They are probably going to favor you. Not even though Dubois is the very, very big favorite, they are going to favor you. But he really needs to like throw that jab out, pretty much outbox Dubois. Don't don't exchange with Dubois whenever you're trying to come in. Do not exchange because you're not gonna win because Dubois again hits really really hard. And you seen in like the Bogdan Danu fight, he didn't brawl, but he hit him straight in the chin, clean to the chin. And you don't want to leave too many openings against Dubois because you don't want to do the same thing. So that's what Joe Cusumano needs to do to win. So yeah. So my final prediction for this fight, a lot of people saying this is a really bad fight for Dubois. It's really not. I'm gonna say this is probably one of Dubois' toughest fights besides I'm sorry guys, besides Joe Joyce. This is one of his toughest fights because I would actually pick Joe Cusumano to actually beat Bogdan Danu. So this is actually a kind of competitive fight. But on the other hand, I am gonna favor Daniel Dubois. I just think the power of Dubois, and on the other reason because Cusumano likes to leave, kind of likes to leave a lot of openings to the face. And when you do that against Dubois, Dubois is just gonna bully the hell out of you and knock you to sleep. And I do think that's what's going to happen in this fight. I do think Dubois is going to knock out Cusumano somewhere around the early to mid rounds. I'm probably going to say the earlier rounds. I don't see Cusumano being in there for that long. I do think Cusumano is going to have some success. I do think he's going to come in there and try to box Dubois, but it's just going to matter of time until Dubois gets through the jab and then bullies him, because even at first when Dubois fought Joe Joyce, it was really at first it was kind of hard for Joe Joyce to jab Dubois because he kept going through, but then after that those jabs and the movement of Joe Joyce was really slowing down Dubois. So but I do favor Dubois because again the aggressiveness, the power, just the ability, to just bully fighters, just freaking knock them into their freaking misery. It's just I don't see Cusumano being in there for that long, and it's gonna be a matter of time until he's gonna get knocked the hell out. So that's why I pick Daniel Dubois to win this fight by a knockout in the early or mid round. So yeah. So that's my final prediction. I got Daniel Dubois by a knockout in the early or mid rounds. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'm Preston from Fight Media 360, and thank y'all for watching this video. So apparently, Joe Cusumano is actually 6'4", so he's actually shorter than Daniel Dubois. So I actually lied. So I don't believe that he's 6'4". I actually think that he's probably like 6'5", 6'6". He's either as tall as Dubois or taller. Because there's no way that he's 6'4", man. But yeah.